we are live. And, come on, girlfriend. Just gonna wait for some people to show up. What the hell's the name of this park? I forget the name. I think this is Van Horn Park. I've only done a couple of other videos here. No live streams though. I've never done a live stream here. Goose has been here a few times though. Appreciate everybody joining. Will, is that you? Maybe it's James. Might be James. Let's go. Beautiful morning. Halloween morning. This Friday the 31st. You know what's great is I'm all caught up on work. All I need to do is catch up on getting some cleaning done, and then I think tonight we're gonna play some Resident Evil 4. Well, I do have jiu-jitsu tonight, after jiu-jitsu. I think that'd be the great way to celebrate Halloween. We're gonna play some Resident Evil 4. Definitely. Right, Goose, we're gonna play some Resident Evil 4 tonight. Happy Halloween. Gonna wait a few minutes for everybody to show up. Hope everyone's having a great Friday. Really appreciate everybody joining. Just waiting for people to show up. Happy Halloween. We are definitely caught up on work. Just need to get some cleaning done. And then got some jiu-jitsu later, and then we're just gonna relax. We're gonna play some Resident Evil 4 later. For anybody who's a gamer. Dale, if you're watching, good morning. Happy Halloween. We're here to answer that question that nobody can answer. Nobody's done it. We're breaking history. We're making and breaking history here. It's the question of the millennium, the AEON, the century, the generation. Any word you can think of. We're doing it on this happy Halloween. But what's interesting about this question is I've answered it before. But Dale likes to claim that I won't touch it, that nobody can touch it, and that I won't debate the real information, which is bullshit. So Dale, I hope you're watching, because we're going to answer that fucking question. But if anybody's familiar with Dale's work, his question of the century, it's the only thing he's got that he thinks gives him a leg up, right, above everybody else. Because he says nobody can answer it. But what's interesting about the question is it doesn't even apply to me, because I'm not a balanced or force-free dog trainer. But his question, whoever liked the video, thank you. His question is, if I remember it, I've got it pulled up on my Facebook. I'm trying to remember it off the top of my head. It's, what criteria are balanced and force-free trainers using to determine whether or not a dog's perception has changed within the framework of response? I think I got that correct. Maybe there's one word in there that's incorrect, but pretty sure I got that correct. And so if you apply that to balanced and force-free trainers, the answer is there is none, right? But I'm not a balanced dog trainer, and I'm not a force-free dog trainer. I don't train dogs. How you doing? Now, what Dale means by that question, see, I can even tell you what he means by it. He's basically saying that if you motivate dogs with, say, treats or toys or play, and you're simply generating a response, how can that response be trusted when we are trying to figure out if the dog's perception of the owner or the person in question has in fact changed? The response is superficial in nature, right? If I hold a treat up and get my dog to sit, well, that doesn't say anything. It doesn't mean anything. It's superficial. And that I agree with Dale on that, right? But what we're looking for is a diminishment of unwanted behaviors. But see, to me, that's only one criteria. For me, because I've answered this question before, and when I answered it, I said, well, listen, I don't motivate dogs with toys, food, treats, play, right? It's all about the social interaction. And so, for instance, if somebody calls me and they have a particular issue with their dog, and all we need to do is introduce a higher level of structure, maybe there needs to be some boundaries where there weren't any, the communication's a little off, then all we need to do is implement those things. And are we seeing that over a period of time, the dog is consistently following those rules, respecting the boundaries, and those behavioral issues that I was called for are now gone. In the case of Clark, who I just got another update from his owner last night, Clark, the resource guarding dog, that was all about the social interaction. And, you know, it's been 5 days since I took him home. They're still having great success at home. So we are seeing a diminishment in the behavior, very serious behavior that I was called for. But that was not within the framework of superficial response. That was all about a power struggle. Because as Dale likes to say, what defines a process? Well, it's a power struggle. The process is engaging in a power struggle to reestablish the relationship dynamic on a social level. You want to go that way, girlfriend? Let's go. I don't think we've gone over there. I want to go. So I think we've just done, we have made history. We've answered a question that doesn't even apply to us. Because as I state on my channel, I'm not a fucking dog trainer. I don't train dogs. I even had a client call me, if anybody's familiar with my work, Milo. Milo's owner texted me the other night and asked, hey, Kevin, I want to get Milo trained as a service dog. Does that, like, do you do that? I said, no, I don't train. That's out of my wheelhouse. But I hope you find somebody who can. I don't build those sorts of skills in dogs. To me, it would be unethical for me to say, yeah, I'll do it. I don't do that. I never have done it. It's just not something I do. Right? I help people resolve behavioral issues. That's a totally separate thing. Dog training is building skills. Behavioral issues, for the most part, unless you have a medical condition, right? Behavioral issues we must address on a social level. That's all about how you interact with the dog. What kind of relationship dynamic have you established? You know, if you watch my series about the parallels between the rise in aggressive behavior between dogs and kids, you'll hear me discuss the authoritative style that you must adopt. You know, there's authoritarian, uninvolved, permissive, and authoritative as far as like the parenting styles. Well, studies have been done with both kids and dogs, and they have shown that the authoritative style produces the best outcomes for dogs and kids. What does that mean? That means that you have high expectations, you enforce rules and boundaries, but you are also warm, inviting, and loving when it's appropriate, right? authoritarian is, you're cold, maybe distant. The rules, there's way too many rules, way too strict, micromanaging maybe, high levels of structure, maybe overbearing in terms of structure. And sometimes, when you have certain behavioral issues, it depends on the dog. Sometimes you do have to introduce high levels of structure, discipline, rules, and boundaries for a little bit. But then over time, as the dog shows that it's adopting the correct mindset and that dynamic is balancing out correctly, you can begin to ease up on that high level of structure and rules, and the dog can begin to earn privileges again, so on and so forth. And so, like, for instance, Goose. I've never trained Goose. How are you, Miss Leading? Good morning. I've never trained Goose to be off leash and follow me, right? That is the result of the relationship dynamic we've established. That is the result of her perceiving me correctly. So this is the type of freedom that a dog can earn once those things are lined up correctly. And one thing I teach my clients is rules and boundaries which are consistently enforced become expectations. When you reach the level where your dog knows the expectations, and that is like the new standard, that's the new default standard of behavior. Life becomes easy when your dog knows what's expected of it and knows what to expect from you on a day-to-day basis. Right? There's no conflict. Your dog does not challenge you. Your dog does not engage in power struggles with you. Your dog respects the rules and the boundaries. Your dog is adhering to your leadership. Thank you, Miss Leading. She's the best. She gets that a lot, so I don't blame you for thinking she's cute. But life is easy with your dog at that point. Life is just, it's positive, right? You can really have your cake and eat it too when you reach that level. Man, they paved a whole path through. This did not used to be here. I used to take my other two dogs here. This path was not here before. This is pretty cool, Goose. We got a whole path out here. That's right, Miss Leading. You reach that level where it's just, everything's good. And if you do have to discipline your dog, it's very light. It's very easy. It doesn't take much, right? Because your dog respects you. Your dog wants to listen. At that point, it's usually not even disciplining. It's just giving direction to the dog. Maybe Goose goes off in a direction that I don't want her to go, and I just have to snap my finger or something. That's it, right? Oh, you only have a cat? Oh, I see in your picture there. That's okay. I'm not a cat person, but to each their own, Some people are cat people, some people are dog people. I really like the new AI videos that people like. They got cats on porches with machine guns and stuff. Or cats with tanks blowing up houses. That shit is hilarious. I love that stuff. It's so much fun. But anyway, Dale, if you're watching, I answered the question. So, you can't continue to accuse me of avoiding it or saying I won't debate the real issue or won't talk about the real issue, which is a bold-faced lie. Because that's all you have to stand on anymore. You have to lie about me in order to continue perpetuating this narrative. It's all you got left. So I figured might as well just go live and answer this question, since you won't debate me, even though I never demanded it. Never demanded a debate from you, Dale. Challenged you to one, sure. Anyway, appreciate everybody joining. Everybody's liked the video, thank you. If you're new to the channel, welcome. That's my dog, Gray Goose, the micro American Bulldog. I love these live streams because there's no hiding anything. There's no fancy editing like a lot of people in the dog training community like to do. There's no cutting out footage or, you know, selling you a picture of what something looks like, but behind the scenes it's something different. When we don't do that. You know, the live streams give you the truth of the matter. And I really wish more people would do them in the dog training community. Dale, if you're watching, where's your dog? Still haven't seen your dog. Where's your dog? You're a professional. You should not be hiding your dog away from the public. It's ridiculous. Where's your finished product? Where's the finished product, Dale? That's the whole point of asking you about your off-leash dog. It's not about getting the dog off. It's about where's your finished product. Out in public, you know, you've had the dog for 7, 8 months. You should have a finished product by now. Do I love to? Well, misleading my family. You know, I was raised Lutheran, and I respect their religious beliefs, but I'm just not religious myself. So while I respect people's Christian faith, you know, I had to resign myself to admit that I just didn't believe it, you know, even though I was raised in the church. But that's just me being honest with myself, you know. But I don't begrudge anybody for, you know, believing in Jesus. Right, and that's okay. You know, I got a good relationship with my family. We just believe different things, you know. But really appreciate everybody joining. Look at the leaves are changed. It's beautiful this morning. I think Goose, I'm going to take Goose to there's a park in Bolingbrook. This time of year when the leaves are changing it's like one of the most beautiful areas to go to. So I think tomorrow I'm going to take Goose there. I've never taken her there. And it'd be awesome to do a live stream there because it's just such a gorgeous place. And I haven't been there in a while. Well, I appreciate that, misleading. Grey Goose is her name. Like the vodka. I always say she's like a shot of doggy vodka. Because she's so calm and stable. Relaxing. Yeah, those trees look real nice. It's beautiful. They're all changing colors. Yeah, what you think, girlfriend? It's a little chilly though. Should have brought my gloves. But appreciate everybody watching. If you're just tuning in, I already answered Dale's question. I'm happy to go over it again though if you want. You know, we made history today. Call the Guinness Book of World Records. Call every news agency you can think of. Get them over here. We just made history. No, Grey Goose I believe is a Russian vodka, but she is not Russian. She's a micro-American bulldog. I don't know if Russians have their own types of bulldogs. I don't know. I couldn't tell you. There's so many breeds anymore. It's you know, it's hard to even keep up with them. Right, Goose? Hard to keep up with them. Anyway, Dale, if you're watching, feel free to leave a comment. I hope you learned something. I hope now you could say somebody stepped up and answered the question. Preach it from the rooftops on this great Halloween of 2025. We have just now entered the new age where we have answered the question of the AEON century, generation, millennium. I feel like I've just uncovered some great buried treasure. You know, discovered the eighth wonder of the world. I'm feeling a bit cheeky this morning, you know. Right, Goose? Feeling a bit cheeky. Must be that espresso I had this morning. But one thing I want to point out too, you notice I don't really have to say anything to Goose. I just move in a direction and she follows, right? I didn't train her to do that. It's just a byproduct of the correct relationship dynamic being established. I don't have to tell her to heel. I don't have to do any of that shit. Definitely misleading. Different cultures, different ways of life, different ways of doing things, different beliefs. Absolutely. Appreciate everybody joining. If anybody has any questions, if you're new to the channel, one thing that I'm trying to educate the public on is the distinction between dog training and behavioral issues. Right, so to me, dog training is skill-based. You know, teaching or training service dogs, training seeing eye dogs, training drug sniffing dogs, training, you know, ITP, agility, training dogs to do specific skills. But if you have a behavioral issue, then that is a social problem. And so I don't believe we should be trying to train social problems, because it's like a misapplication of an understanding, right? We're applying learning theory to something that is a relationship problem. Well, it's a good question, misleading. I have a bit of a history with this individual, and so I woke up today saying I wanted to make history and answer that question, even though I've answered it before. But you would have to know the backstory for it to make sense. But I go live all the time, Miss Lee. I do this anyway. This is, so that was just the topic of the day. Yes, I do lives normally though. This is a regular thing for me. We do this all the time. But like I said, I think in the dog world, people that work with dogs or try to sell you something who claim to work with dogs, live streams are something that I don't really see much of. So I'm trying to maybe set an example, lead by example of showing people that, this is how it should be. Your own dog should be a demonstration of what you do and you teach. And so I like to go live because you can't hide anything. So people can see without a shadow of a doubt what it looks like with my dog on a daily basis. No, I think I'm okay, Saucy. Grapes are no good. Yeah, it's a little cold out here, misleading. No allergies. It's just a little chilly. Nose is running a little bit. That's okay, I don't mind it. Get the juices flowing. But appreciate everybody joining. If anybody's got a question, let me know. If anybody wants me to go over the topic once again, happy to do it. We've already gone over it. just sort of putting the boot on the neck at this point, metaphorically speaking. What you think, Goose? What you think, girlfriend? I know we got the. My boy used to love getting in the water. I have no idea, misleading. I have no idea how far away the stars are. It's a shame you can't even really see them much anymore. I remember when I was a kid, you could really see the stars, but not so much now. But if you're new to the channel, welcome. That is Grey Goose. It's my dog. I help dog owners resolve behavioral issues in their dog. This is a new channel. This is my new channel. I'm just updating old content and reposting it. So, got about 20 videos for anybody who's interested on this one. Got a whole backlog that I need to update and repost. So if you're looking forward to that, or if that's something you're interested in, subscribe. Oh, I got you, misleading. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if we can measure it. But you're right. They are many, many, many light years away. Which actually is pretty wild to think about that, actually. It's very interesting to think about the stars actually light traveling towards us from light years away. I mean, it's fascinating. You know? But I guess if you're a flat earther, you wouldn't really believe in that, which, you know, who fucking knows? That's my point. That's my position. Who knows? I don't have a spaceship. I can't go up in space. I can't figure it out for myself. So, who knows? But, appreciate everybody joining. I've already gone over the main topic. So, Dale, if you're just tuning in, go back and rewind it. I already answered your question. But I'm happy to answer it again for anybody who wants. And we're just shooting the shit at this point. That's probably true, misleading. I suppose it gets a bit complicated, doesn't it? It gets a bit complicated. You know, this is the only park in the area where they've got like a little, you know, if you got a dirt bike or like a BMX bike, you could take it out here and got a whole little track. You want to check it out? Huh? This lake over here, I used to let my boy jump in this lake a lot, especially in the summer when it was hot. I used to let him just, before we'd walk, help keep him cool. Love nature. You know, I don't know. I do enjoy being out in it, but once I get my fill, I'm like, all right, I'm good. You know, I'm a bit of a homebody. But I do love taking a good walk. It's refreshing. Kind of sets the tone for the day. You know? Uh-oh. Sounds like someone's doing some construction. You hear that, girl? Someone's got a drill or something. Anyway, appreciate everybody joining. Happy Halloween to everybody. You know, I love Halloween, but I never really dress up. love fall. You know, it's my favorite season. I love fall. Love Halloween. You know, the kids will have a good time today. And thankfully, though, they don't go trick or treating around where I live, so it's peaceful. You know, if I have candy, I'm going to keep it. I'm a sucker for some Reese's Cups, man. You got a bag of Reese's Cups, better watch out. They're not going to make it very long. But anyway, happy Halloween, everybody watching. If you're just joining, that's my dog, Gray Goose. We're just taking a walk. I already went over the main topic, but if anybody wants to go over it again, I'm happy to do it. If anybody has a dog with a behavioral issue, feel free to ask any questions. That's what we do over here. I don't train dogs. I help people resolve behavioral issues. So if this is something you'd like to achieve with your dog, well, I can help you get there. Got a dog park over here too. There was somebody over there. I think they left. There was 2 dogs in there when we got here. I think they're gone. Yeah, they're gone. That's okay. That's okay, Goose. I'm just happy that we made history today. We answered the question of the century, millennium, AEON, generation. I contacted Guinness Book of World Records. They're on their way. The local news, ABC 7 Chicago, WCIA. They're like, holy fuck, you answered that question. We never thought anybody would do it. So I guess I'm going to be somewhat of a internet celebrity coming up here. It's going to be crazy. I'm going to dress up like you for Halloween today, Dale. I'm going to be you today. Definitely. I love being myself for Halloween. Appreciate it, Miss Ling. Thank you for joining. Thanks for the chat. That's okay. Have a great day. Enjoy your Halloween. There's the ride. Gotta clean. That's the number 1 bitch right there. Gotta clean her today. All right. Let's go up the frontage road here, Goose. Bye, Miss Leading. Have a great day. Happy Halloween. Yeah, they added all this bullshit to the dog park, but I don't ever see any dogs using it, you know. It's agility stuff. I don't know, maybe somebody uses it. You're welcome. Thank you. I should have brought my coffee with me. Anyway, appreciate everybody joining. Maybe I will dress up like Dale, and maybe I'll put on a costume tonight. I need a choke chain, though. I don't have a choke chain. Gonna have to go get a choke chain. Right, Goose? I'm gonna have to string you up on a choke chain. We're gonna reconcile influence and control the right way, the way Dale describes, and then we're going to resign the social contract. Right, Goose? We got to resign the social contract. She's a little wary of the Halloween stuff. We'll see what she does here. The stuff that makes noise, you know. She's like, whoa, what the fuck is that? What do you think, Goose? I don't know, it's all deflated, so I don't think it'd be that much of a problem. Actually, I had a friend who lived in this neighborhood. I really like these townhomes. Nice little townhomes. Definitely a place I could live for sure. It's a nice little neighborhood. Got a big old lake back here. Used to walk my previous 2 dogs around this whole place all the time. This is one of our spots. But once you get up to the road, there's really, the path kind of ends there. That's it. Oh God, got a bunch of it's like dandelion. Yeah. See all that shit flying through the air. It's a good thing I don't have allergies. Probably going to anaphylactic shock or something. Appreciate everybody who's liked the video. Thank you. Everybody who's tuning in. We made history today, guys. We made history. We answered the question. If anybody was late to the party and wants me to answer it again, happy to do it. We can make history twice in one day. How you doing? So if Dale wants to continue and lie and say nobody's answered it, or people don't want to confront the real issue, just send him this video. I mean, I'm going to tag him anyway, but just send him this video. Right, Goose? Say we did it. Anyway, I hope everybody's having a wonderful Halloween, or is going to. I'm thinking we're going to play some Resident Evil 4 later, for anybody who, many gamers out there. We're going to get some things done today, go to jiu-jitsu, and then I think we're going to play some Resident Evil 4 tonight. The remake, that is, the remake. Right, Goose? The remake. And if you saw the live stream yesterday, we went to the pet store. Took Goose to the pet store yesterday. That live stream's posted. Got her a bunch of new stuff to chew on. She loves going to the pet store. But she's just a great example of, what should it look like when I take my dog in public? So you could see what it's like, Goose being in a public place where there are other dogs, in a pet store, off leash. How does that look? Posted that one yesterday. For those that are interested. If you're just looking for some background noise, something to listen to, when you're doing whatever you're doing, it's good stuff. Right, Goose? Yeah, you've gone quite a distance. When it's cooler like this, she can handle it, but when it's warmer out, she can't walk this long. So this is a nice little treat for her. But I really appreciate everybody joining. Those that are sticking around. We've already covered the main topic, so anybody has any questions, anything you want to talk about, just let me know. There's my dog, Grey Goose. Dale, if you're just joining, welcome. Glad to have you. Hope you learned something. trying to educate people out here. Hope you learn something. But I think tomorrow I'm going to take Goose to, I don't know the name of the park, but it's somewhere I've never taken her. It's a beautiful park this time of year, though, with the leaves changing. So it'd be nice to take her somewhere new. And somewhere that's just a real treat in the fall. You know, when the leaves start changing, before they all fall off. So we'll do that tomorrow. As you can see, up here is the end of frontage. Well, not the end, sort of like the midsection of frontage road. There's a bridge, but it just kind of ends up here. Kind of ends up at the end of frontage road, right, girl? Unless they added to it. Maybe they added to it. Let's see if they added to it. Got some loud ass fucking cars, right, Goose? Unless you're slowing down. If you're slowing down, we can turn around. I used to make a loop through this neighborhood and go back out, but we'll see if there's even, maybe they added to this trail. Right, girl? We'll find out. They added a bunch of other shit to that park, so maybe they added something new out here. Appreciate everybody joining, though. Happy Halloween. Hope everyone's having a great morning, or afternoon, I guess. Didn't realize it was 12:30. Holy shit. Good afternoon. I love Halloween myself, but I don't dress up anymore and do all that. Not that there's anything wrong with that, you know. All right, we're coming up on frontage road. Let's see here. See what we're working with, Goose. See the traffic lights. We got the cars. What's up, Will? Looks like maybe the full sentence didn't come through. I see your. Yeah, I don't think she wants to continue. Got all the cars and everything. Yeah, what do you think, Goose? We'll turn around here in a second. I just want to see if they added to this trail at all. But Will, I was thinking about, you know, because we made history today. You know, I answered the question of the century, millennium, aeon, generation. All the news agencies are on their way. I was thinking about dressing up as Dale for Halloween. What do you think? I'm gonna need a choke chain though. Oh, I forgot it's sidewalk. And then it goes to the neighborhood. All right, Goose, we might as well go. Did you, Will? Yeah. Yeah, we did it, man. We did it. We achieved the impossible. And I know he's watching because he loves. I don't blame him for watching the live streams. I would watch the live streams too. But you know, we're here to educate people, so I hope you learned something. Or maybe I'll dress up like Christopher Upton since I'm exactly like him. Right? Same playbook, even though I don't have a playbook. Maybe I just need a British voice. My name's Christopher Upton. I train gun dogs. right, Goose? Blimey. Okay. Yeah, I really like this whole neighborhood. No, they didn't add any sidewalk or anything here. So, I guess that answers the question, Goose. Man, I think I had a client here years ago that lived right here. That was a long fucking time ago. Hi, Nessie. I'll appreciate that. That's a mighty fine compliment, bruv. What's the British word for Molly? What do they call them? What do they call them over there? You know, the drug? Oh, what the hell do they call them? Hey, come here. Don't go on the street. Come on. What the hell do they call them? A German one? No, I don't think I can do it. I don't think I can do a German one. Over here. I can do like an Arnold accent. But that's Austrian, you know. You know, like, I can do the chopper now. Goose, don't go on the road. It's not safe. I got to put the choke chain on you. Reconcile influence and control. I appreciate that, Nessie. Yeah, this little girly man thinks he's so tough. Hey, Nessie, have you ever seen Arnold's Pizza Shop? Have you ever seen that video? Oh my God, that was back in the early days of the internet and YouTube. But Arnold's Pizza Shop is so fucking hilarious. If you've never seen it, look it up. But it's like this guy. That's probably one of the best Arnold impersonations I've ever heard. But he's pretending to be Arnold, and somebody's like calling. He runs a pizza shop, you know, and somebody's calling in. And he's like, I thank you for calling Arnold's Pizza Shop. I'm not here right now. I'm out killing pepperoni. If you want a pizza, well, I'm not here right now. Can't you see that, idiot? Man, that shit's good. If you want the broccoli, what the hell is broccoli anyway? Shut up with the broccoli. If you want 9mm bullets and pepperoni, you've come to the right place. If you want something crazy like pineapple, I kill you. Yeah, just go to YouTube and look up Arnold's Pizza Shop. It'll make your day. It's so good. So leave your name, your number, how tall you are, whether you're susceptible to any diseases, and if you are, maybe I'll give you pizza, or maybe I'll break off your arm. Oh man, it's the best. It's the best. I love it when she's just like, what's that? Right, Goose? She's like, what the fuck is that? It's hilarious. See, that's the difference between a dog being interested or acknowledging something and being fixated. Right? If she were fixated, her next move would be to run towards the thing she's locked in on, but she's not fixated. She's simply interested, acknowledging the existence of, right? But she's not going to move forward. Right, Goose? Right, you're not going to move forward. Come on, girlfriend. Let's go. Let's go. Yeah, it's a nice neighborhood. I wouldn't mind living in this neighborhood. These townhouses are alright. And I like all the trees and shit, you know. I've always wanted to have a house like near a wooded area. You know, this would be my kind of neighborhood for sure. Right. 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 It's like I'm gonna keep my distance from this guy. I'm just a stray. You know, he dropped a piece of bread. You know, I'm just trying to see if I can get more of that, but I don't know that fucking guy. Oh, it's like we got a dog up here. Beagle? I don't have my glasses on. Looks like a beagle. Right, Nessie. Right. Yeah. It's chilly this morning. I should have grabbed my gloves. Goose, come on, girl. Yeah, see, even this, right? She's just interested in the dog. She's not going to move towards the dog. Goose, come here. Come here, girl. Nice job. All right. That's how that works. Right? See the beagle over there, yeah? All good, Will. All good, Will. Yeah, we answered it clearly and concisely. I'm pretty sure I remembered the question word for word. There may have been one word I got wrong, but I'm pretty sure we did it. But it's interesting, Will. It's interesting answering a question that doesn't even have to do with you, right? Because I'm not a balanced or force-free dog trainer. And I don't work within the framework of superficial response. I don't motivate superficial responses using motivating agent, right? So it doesn't even apply to me, but we're going to answer it anyway. And like I said, if people don't even understand the question, I'll break down the question. I know exactly what the question means. Because there were people he's made videos on where they tried to answer the question, and it seemed like they didn't even understand the question. Hey, if y'all want to know what the question means, I'm happy to break down the question. Exactly, Will. He banned me from his channel. No, right. And I made the video answering it, and he tried to act like, you know, he lied and said I didn't, and that I won't touch it. I won't talk about the real issue. I won't discuss the specific information. Biggest load of bullshit I've ever heard. Right, Goose? Biggest load of goose shit. On this most holy of Halloweens. I don't know, something about Halloween gets me a bit ornery. You know, I'm just feeling a bit cheeky. Man, I forgot how much time it took to get through this neighborhood. But we'll turn that corner and then we'll be back to the trail. But you're right, Will. It's easy to lie about people when you ban them from their channel and you just make up whatever you want about them. That's the thing that irritates me. It's like, you know, if you want to criticize me based on the truth, that's perfectly fine. Fair game. But to blatantly lie and misrepresent what someone does and says, well, I have an issue with that. Yeah, this is my favorite time of Will too. Favorite time of year too, Will. Goose, come here, girl. Don't worry about the motorcycle. Come on. Yeah, she's worried about the motorcycle. I think I've had 2 clients in this neighborhood actually, because I think I had one around here too. I think I've had a couple of people. Because I had a friend who lived in this neighborhood around the corner, and I think he passed my information on to somebody, a couple of people over here, which was really cool. Right, well, it's totally annoying. You know, and I welcome criticism. I don't ban people from my channel for leaving comments like that. Goose, come here, girl. Yeah, we're gonna have to go past the motorcycle. Hate to tell you, because I am not going the other way. But I think that's what screams insecurity the most, is when somebody actually does what you claim no one can do. I think it, His ego maybe can't handle that. All right, Goose. Yeah, I know we're gonna have to go the other way, sweetheart. These are my favorite too. I was hoping that today wouldn't be all sunny, because it was, but I want the overcast, gloomy Halloween, you know. But I don't think it's gonna snow. You know, I remember when I was a kid, Halloween used to be kind of warm, maybe a little cool, but man, it's the worst when it snows on Halloween. I hate that shit. All right, Goose, come on. Don't worry about the motorcycle. Let's go. Yeah, I know. It's pretty cool, ain't it? Do you have this where you're at, Nessie? I don't know where you're at. You might have told me, but I'm not remembering. But yeah, I love these, especially these trees, and they get all like purple. It's pretty cool. You know, we go at yellows, red, purple, a little bit of orange in there, some green. It's good stuff. Those of you who have liked the video, I really appreciate it. Thank you. Happy Halloween, Piggy. There's Miss Goose. Goose is going to be a hippo for Halloween. But I'm not going to put a costume on her because I don't do that shit. But she's going to be a hippo. You know, I always joke and say she is part hippo, part bulldog, part goose. Right? Yeah. Yeah, she's a house hippo. Couch hippo. Oh, you are from... Okay, that's right. It's coming back to me now. That's right, Nessie. I remember you saying Germany now. Ich heiße Kevin. I'm trying to remember some of my German. Es geht. Or no, is it V Gates? Is it V Gates? How are you? How are you doing? Or is it S Gate? One of the two. Maybe it's V Gates. You tell me, Nessie. I don't remember. It's been a while. Appreciate that, Piggy. Thank you. Yeah, everybody who likes the video, really appreciate it. Just a small gesture that makes a difference. Appreciate it. Thank you, guys. Thank you, thank you. But yeah, remind me, Nessie, is it V Gates or is it S Gate when you're asking somebody how are you doing? I don't remember. Freut mich, Kevin. Ja, V Gates is richtig. Yeah. Probably butchered that. I know it's freut mich, Kevin. Ja, wie geht's? Ist richtig. Or is it richtig? Wie geht's? Okay, wie geht's? Excellent. Freut mich, Kevin. Ja, wie geht's? Ist richtig. I don't remember what richtig is. Or is that I'm doing well? Oh, are you, Piggy? Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Well, I hope it goes well. Sometimes those masses end up being nothing. But I'm sorry to hear that. Okay, that's right. S-Gate. It's okay, I'm okay. That's right. It's coming back to me. Auf Wiedersehen. You know what I thought was interesting too, because you know you always hear people say Danke Shane, and I always thought that was thank you, but it's just Danke. I was like, oh shit, I've been saying Danke Shane all that time, and it's just Danke. Sprechen Sie Deutsch? No, sprechen Sie English. Yeah, I think that's I speak English. Sprechen Sie English. English. And then, oh, what is I don't. Aber, no. I'm trying to remember how you say, but I don't speak German. I know Deutsch is German. You could say, oh, can you say both? Okay. Yes, sprechen Sie English. Aber, I think aber is but. I don't speak German. I don't remember how to say I don't. But I know it's sprechen Sie Deutsch. Or there might not even be a Z in there. It might just be sprechen Deutsch. You tell me, Nessie. I told him it's been a while. You know what? While we're out here, I'm gonna get my coffee, Goose. Yeah, I'm near Chicago, Piggy. Chicago suburbs. You're fine, Goose. I'm just getting my coffee, girl. I got you. I got you. Okay, Nessie. So they both are correct. Makes sense. Dankeschön. Well, with that pronunciation, so I guess it's not Dankeschön, then it's Dankeschön, right? Dankeschön. With the accent over the O like that, I think that's schön rather than Shane. Appreciate everybody joining. Thanks for liking the video. Dale, if you're here, welcome. Glad to have you. Hope you learned something. Go back to the beginning of the broadcast to see the question of the century being answered. Guinness contacted me. They said we're on our way. We wouldn't miss this for the world. I can feel my internet celebrity status rising as we speak. Dankeschön. Oh yeah, look at this. This is beautiful. I mean, it's mostly green, a little bit of yellow, but yeah, the place we'll go to tomorrow, so beautiful. There's so many colors, so many trees and plants. It really is, Nessie. But I remember it because there's different variations of it. But just tell me if I'm saying it incorrectly or correctly with the O like that. Is it schön? Or is it Shane? Dankeschön. Because if I remember correctly, that's schön with the O like that. Like a yun sound. Yeah, you just say you're right or you're wrong. I guess that would help me. The first, yeah, that's what I thought. Schön. That's what I figured. Dankeschön. But happy Halloween, everybody. If you're just joining, welcome. If you're new to the channel, that's my dog, Grey Goose. Like the vodka. Appreciate everybody liking the video. Thank you. If you're here because you're interested in the topic of the video, I've answered the question of the century, but I'm happy to go over it again if you'd like. Or you can go back to the beginning if you want. Either way, it doesn't matter. Either works for me. Thank you so much for liking the video. Appreciate it. Thanks for joining here. You guys could be doing anything right now, and you're tagging along with me and Goose. That's okay, Piggy. Like I said, I'd go over it again if you want, or if you want to just go back to the beginning on the replay. I'll be posting it, so I'll make it public. That's the other thing too. Dale was saying that I privated the live stream. Well, no, Dale. When you do a live stream, it automatically goes to private. But you know, you never do live streams, so you just don't know. You have to make it public. You have to go out of your way to make it public, right? So if I live stream and I'm at home, it's gonna go, you know, private. Now I like to put a good thumbnail on it, so I don't make it public right away. I like to get home and, you know, make it presentable before I make it public. What does Germany run on, Nessie? They say America runs on Dunkin'. And I don't really drink coffee much anymore, but it had been a while since I had a macchiato, and I thought, you know what? On this hallowed of Halloweens, I'm in the mood for a macchiato with extra espresso. So that's what we did. Yeah, Goose, if it were warmer out, girl, you would have been dead 30 minutes ago. 40 minutes ago. Yeah, we got this little river here. Yeah. Anyway, so I was thinking about the British accent again, you know, and the Arnold's Pizza Shop. Yeah, for those of you if you've never listened to Arnold's Pizza Shop, just YouTube it. Just YouTube Arnold's Pizza Shop. It'll make your Halloween. It's so good. Back when the internet was just about goofing off and making funny shit, you know. But I appreciate everybody liking the video. Appreciate everybody joining. As I said, we have made history. We've answered the question of the aeon, the millennium, the century, the generation, the decade. Yeah, well, that's financially, it's probably much more viable. Because, you know, getting coffee in the States is, if you did it every day, I mean, it's expensive as fuck. I still don't understand why people go to Starbucks and pay $10 for a fucking coffee when the coffee's not even that good from Starbucks. I think if you had the choice, Dunkin's much better and it's cheaper. Yeah, it makes sense to go to a cafe. A lot of people do that here too, but the drive-through lines are quite long in the mornings. I'm just not a fan. I'm just, you know, Starbucks to me is just, it's overpriced. Frappuccinos, definitely. I mean, you know, nobody tops Frappuccinos. I mean, you know, it's a bit of a bitch drink, but you know, it's like, I used to drink them all the time. There's a lot of fucking sugar in those though. I try not to eat so much sugar these days. Yeah, and it's like, if you have a Starbucks macchiato and then you have a Dunkin' macchiato, it's like, nah, why the fuck am I paying $3-4 more for this when the Dunkin' one is so much better and cheaper? And I can get an extra shot of espresso in there, and it's still cheaper. Right, Goose? Still cheaper. You hear that dog barking? Oh, there might be dogs at the park. Come on, girl. There might be a dog at the park. I hear a dog barking. Let's go, girlfriend. There might be a dog at the park. Yeah, come on. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go, you little hippo. Let's go. I love the way bulldogs run. They get that crooked gait, you know. Right. You're right, Nessie. We really don't. Well, yeah, a lot of people don't. Some of us do. You know, when I had my first two dogs, we'd walk at least 3 hours a day. You know, I'd take them for like an hour and a half walk in the morning, and then we'd go for another hour and a half, 2 hour walk in the afternoon. We walked a lot. And this time of year, since Goose can walk longer, you know, the summer we don't really, we walk a little bit, but she just can't handle the heat. So this is more around what we usually do. You know, nice long walk. That and I train martial arts, so you know tonight I'll go to jiu-jitsu for at least an hour. If I stay for both classes, it's about 2.5 hours. So I get my my recommended daily amount of exercise, and then some. All right, come on, girl. Let's see what that dog's barking about. Come on. Let's see what's going on over there. Appreciate everybody joining. If you're here for the topic, I've already gone over it, so you'll have to rewind it, or you know, like I said, I'll go over it again if you'd like. Dale, if you're watching, already answered the question. You'll have to go back to the beginning of the stream. What's up, OT? How are you, man? Good morning. Coming in on the tail end. Yeah, it just depends on where you're going, Nessie. There's usually a lot of sidewalks. I think it would just depend on what part of the country you go, what city you're in. Usually there's sidewalks. Unless it's sometimes the older neighborhoods, though, there'll be like a sidewalk on one side of the street, but not both. Sometimes there's no sidewalks in the neighborhoods, the older neighborhoods. Aw, damn, I'm sorry. Is the government still shut down? I haven't been keeping up with it. Are they still fucking shut down? Damn that. Oh, you know what? That's probably why my Wednesday client said next week. Because she's on government pension, so. Okay, that makes sense. I didn't know they were still shut down. That's fucking crazy, man. That's good though, Ryan. It's good to you know, put stuff away for situations like that. I do the same thing. You know, I got a whole basement full of canned stuff. Well, I wouldn't say a whole basement, like a playroom. I got shelves in the playroom. So yeah, it's a good idea to have that. Reading your question, OT. It's when you get a puppy every time you go out potty to a potty. Or play nothing. Yeah, I would do the same thing, OT. Like if you're trying to teach that word, then yeah, I would go out, wait till they do it, and then yeah, praise them for it, but just reinforce that word. One thing with puppies too, OT, but you probably already know this because you've had other dogs, but it's a common problem or mistake that I see. So just make sure with puppies that you don't give them too much freedom in the house too soon. You know, have a crate, have a playpen, have a certain area in the house gated off that's just for them. And then, of course, you already walk your dog, so you know, just get them on a routine where you're walking, so that way they can get in the habit of going to the bathroom outside. And then that way, when they're inside, they're empty. You know, they're a lot less likely to have accidents. But yeah, I'm sure you already know that. Definitely, no, that's a good idea, Ryan. It's a good thing to do. Come on, girl, let's go. Let's go. Time to go. Let me get situated, guys. Oh, let's see. Okay. Okay. Let me read the comments here. Oh, read the comments here. Oh, it's just EBT? Not a, okay, well that's good, Ryan. At least you're getting your money Social Security. So your 1-year-old, he goes out there, he's trying to Are you taking him out for like short walks, OT? What's up, CL? Do you have him on some kind of routine like that? Wow, that's a big gap, especially for a puppy. Yeah, what I usually do with puppies, OT, is you just structure the day. Okay, I figured you were. And he doesn't poop on the walk. Yeah, sometimes you just need a bit of troubleshooting. Puppies can be tricky. But if you find that withholding the food till he goes, if you find that you repeat that and it works, then I would just move in the direction of whatever's working. Especially if you're already taking him for walks. But like I said, don't give him too much freedom in the house. So that way you can, because if you have him in a restricted area, you can keep constant supervision of him, and then when he starts to exhibit those early signs that he's got to go to the bathroom, you can address him and then take him outside. Okay, so he's doing it sometimes. That's good. Yeah, when he does go, I would just praise the shit out of him, but stick with that word. If potty's the word you want to use, when he goes, I would just praise him and reinforce that word, just so he starts to understand what the hell that word means, and that you like what he's doing. But at least it's just number 2. Sounds like you got number 1 under control, which for me, I'm always more worried about the peeing than the pooping, just because they can leave scent and whatnot. Turn the car on. Man, it's chilly out here this morning, Goose. It's chilly. Nice gloomy Halloween. That's the way I like them. Yeah, I figured OT. I just thought I'd say it, but I figured you already knew that. Oh, he's a year old. Okay. Yeah, I would say he's on his way to being an adult. But if he's never had any structure or anything, then it's like starting all over. But really appreciate everybody joining. Happy Halloween, everybody. Hope everyone's gonna have a great Halloween. I don't have any kids, so we're not doing any trick-or-treating. I'm gonna play some Resident Evil 4 tonight. Ryan, you like Resident Evil 4? I'm gonna play the remake. I love that fucking game. I haven't played it since like last year, I think. But I'm all caught up on work, so I gotta clean the car today, go get an oil change, and then yeah, we're gonna play some Resident Evil. wait a minute, OT is which dog is it? Is it the Boston? Is it I thought it was maybe a newer dog. 2 times you want to go potty. Just go side flow around. Oh, it's the Corso. Okay. Didn't feed. Okay. Yeah, and that's typical with dogs who are still maturing. Is kind of like this, you know. You establish patterns, and then sometimes it's just you know, it's the nature of puppyhood. Yeah, I don't blame you, man. Yeah, two would be enough for me too, especially when one of them isn't even full grown yet. That's all right though. Sometimes it's just a matter too of just kind of going through everything in your head and realizing like, okay, what have I done different? Have I changed anything? Or like you said, is there something where you didn't, maybe you're slacking a little bit in one area where, or maybe the timing isn't right and it used to be. There's usually little things like that we're doing that we change and we don't realize it, and sometimes that has an effect too. Right. Yeah, just go out there and do your shit and come back in because they don't want to be out there, for sure. Appreciate everybody who's liked the video. Thank you. Happy Halloween, everybody, for joining. If you're just joining, we made history. We answered the question of the century, the millennium, the AEON, the generation. I'm still waiting on Guinness. Guinness was supposed to be here like half an hour ago. Guinness World Records. You know, I think maybe they're running late. But we've done the impossible. And so, yeah, I'm feeling, you know, superstardom is on the way. Superstardom is on the way. I know, look at all this, girlfriend. I gotta clean all this shit. You got drool and shit all over there. Right? Tell me about it. Right. Yeah, and even sometimes when you're just on the money, OT, sometimes even the dog will kind of change it up, and you know, like I said, it's just the nature of a dog maturing. There's going to be fluctuations, but things tend to smooth out, you know. Sometimes you just got to make little adjustments here and there. But no, it sounds like you're doing everything right, you know. So I would just tweak some things, give it some time. Like I said, if you find that withholding the food till he goes out and does it, you know, if you do that again and it's working, then I would lean into that a little bit. Okay, yeah, I would try that again then. See if that works. Especially if you've been using that word for a long time and you already know he knows that word. Right. But I assume you haven't changed the feeding schedule, right? Because sometimes that can be it. You know, sometimes we, and it may have not been intentional. You may have just, yeah. I figured that was the case. Excellent. Well, guys, I really appreciate everybody joining, everybody liking the video. Okay. Yeah, and that gives you plenty of time too to take them out, let them go. You know, that's about an hour and a half before they eat anything. Well, keep me updated, man. We'll troubleshoot it. But I'm gonna get home, get Goose something to eat. I'm gonna get something to eat. But really appreciate everybody joining. Thanks for liking the video, everybody. It's awesome to chat with you guys. Happy Halloween, everybody. Be safe out there. And I will see y'all very soon. Oh, tomorrow, yeah, I'm gonna take Goose to a new park tomorrow. Like I said, though, the one where it's this time of year, it's just really beautiful. We're gonna go there tomorrow. We'll do a live stream in the morning, or well, maybe a morning, afternoon, one of the two. Appreciate it, OT. Thanks for joining, man. We'll do another one tomorrow morning. All right, guys, have a great day. I will see you all very, very soon.